I guess I should start with one. Let's just do this. How did you start with music, man? How did it all
How did it
happen?
start?
From young age
Pretty
or
much, yeah.
yeah.
I think I was 18 when I was like I knew I was obsessed. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I
right.
knew I was like obsessed and um yeah, well since I was maybe 14, 15, hearing electronic music for the first time was yeah, totally in love, and then the obsession kicked in around 18 and um yeah, got onto Fruity Loops. Um and
Nice.
yeah, making some dubstep beats and stuff. And then eventually, yeah, after going to my first few raves, and having my mind blown, yeah, just locked in, hey. And then, um, yeah, I think it was, yeah, for me, Northern Rivers, it was like, uh, there was a big focus on this really, uplifting, morning, progressive trance kind of sound. And at the
Right.
time, there was just so much hype in the environment, and everyone the just the I guess for me the way it started was just feeling how it felt to dance freely and with no
Mm,
limits. And um that's what really got me locked in, just chasing that feeling. And um
right.
yeah,
Did you have a certain moment? Do you have like a one moment that like got you hooked, or it was like gradually evolving
yeah,
into a person that
yeah,
like these
I
things?
think there's yeah, it's a bunch of moments like in my first year of going to Doofs and stuff, where you
Yeah.
have these amazing moments like right in front of the subwoofers, um, feeling your bones shake and making connections with everyone around you, but it's
Yeah.
non-verbal. It's just you're so um in the moment and feeling it together. Yeah, I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, as like a community thing, I just felt, oh well, how good would it be to contribute to this? And
And did you like after you had those experiences, you went from dubstep to psytrance basically, or
yeah,
you started with
oh,
psytrance before?
like when I first got Fruity Loops, I wasn't doing a whole lot. I'd make a couple drum patterns and a bass sound. I wasn't super knowledgeable at the time. Um,
Sure.
and but when I got Ableton, I knew that I really wanted to make progressive trance when I got Ableton and got stuck into it then. So pretty
Right.
much,
What age was that?
oh yeah, around 18, 19,
Oh wow, man. Damn. How old are you now?
29.
Wow, dude. Damn, that is early.
Yeah. Yeah, got right
Nice.
into it. And then yeah, I did the SAE sound engineering course,
Right, true.
and
Nice.
learned a lot of really good things. There was a part of the course where it was about electronic music production and learning synthesis, and they taught on Ableton, and I already kind of knew a few things, and but they were kind of showing just more theoretical stuff. And um, yeah, all the I guess the deeper parts of sound physics and stuff, um, I
Right,
got
yeah.
to learn. And a big majority of the course was actually about traditional kind of recording a band in a studio. Um,
Right, yeah. It's like an audio
yeah,
engineering.
so there was a lot of that,
Uh,
and I
right.
really I was just so keen to learn everything there was to know about it in terms of like the technical aspects of production. So that's kind of
Amazing.
the start. That was the start of my journey, learning all the technical things for some reason. For musically, like there's the technicality of production, and then there's
Yeah.
the musicality of production. And for me, I got really
Yeah.
stuck into the technicality first. I don't know if
I don't
this,
think I've ever heard someone that got stuck on like that. Did you like why did you
yeah,
get so drawn to the technicality?
I was just super fascinated by it. Like,
Yeah,
the
right.
way you can make a sound, like from a synthesizer and
Oh, I understand. Sorry, I thought you meant like recording in a studio
yeah,
and like
uh,
getting like he took you away from
yeah,
production.
that as well. I took a lot of good knowledge from the studio recording parts,
I
when it
understand.
comes
Yeah.
to, I guess, signal flow, and
Right. Yeah.
things such as like parallel processing,
Right.
that kind of stuff. Um,
Dude, learning synthesis, like the first time you learn synthesis is so good. Like when you're
yeah,
like coming from knowing those sounds and then to understand how you go from a saw wave into an open filter, like into a
yeah,
wow
yeah, yeah,
or whatever. When you first understand how synthesis works and the single flows within the
yeah.
synthesizer, I remember those being just like
Yeah, it feels like this crazy
crazy moments.
universe where you're kind of just
Yeah.
opening up all these un unknown possibilities. And yeah, it's really interesting, like that point in your I guess creative process where you don't know that much. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
when I hear friends' songs and they've only been producing for like a year, like I feel like there's this essence to their creativity when they're kind of in the dark a little bit. There's something really
Mm,
fascinating about that, and it's something that
100%.
there's something that Rick Rubin kind of talks about. He works a lot with like new artists that are kind of just
Hmm.
they're just impacted by their passion and getting into it. They're not like 10, 20 years deep in their career. And there's something about like that freshness that's really, I don't know, um he describes it as everyone's got these antennas and your antennas are very sensitive to
Yeah.
the ether and the creative world of unlimited possibilities. Um
Do you find yourself not like, are your antennas more on the I know what I'm doing, or you're trying to tune your antennas back to how it
yeah,
used to be?
I always try and keep it like that. I'm I've
Right.
realized that over the years, because I guess I've gotten used to what I do a lot now. I'm not
Mm,
in this state of, oh, what happens if I do this? And it takes me down this rabbit hole, you know?
right.
And
Yeah.
it's opening up like a creative vision. I've over the years that kind of fades away because I'm like, I know how to make this sound and I want to make it. I'm more, I don't know, like I guess like on a train track or something. Like I've got a vision
Sure.
for the track and I know I because I've done the process a lot, I know how to get there
Yeah.
in a more, I guess, direct way. Um
Do you feel like it comes from because you feel obligated to release music, or you want to get to like you want to win the race? You want to like finish the
get the track.
track
Yeah,
already, or you
for
think,
sure. Like
right?
I've gotten to the idea of just finishing a track and moving on is a really good thing. I used to sit on a track for a
Yeah.
long time, but I think
Yeah.
for the most part, it's just the idea of um, capturing the sound. I really just want to capture the sound that I've felt for a long time. But there's that, and also my influence and flavor. The flavors that I like is always changing, like as I'm going through life. Like I'm always inspired by
Mm,
new sounds from all types of genres. Like you know, when you're in just a certain mood, you know,
yeah.
one
Yeah.
day you like
100%.
jazz music, and then the next day you like rock and roll, and yeah, so it's always like
Yeah.
that for me, and I think that's a big part of how I try and keep my antennas quite sensitive to
Yeah. What you open yourself up
creative
to. Yeah.
ideas. But
100%.
it's a double-edged sword sometimes because I feel like that's sometimes I feel like I'm inconsistent. I'm doing too many different things sometimes. But
Speaking my
over the
language.
years I've realized these things and I'm reining it in, so I'm finding a balance and it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can also say from the outside, um, like it doesn't interrupt the way Doonz sound as a
okay,
project.
great.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I
I've
mean? Like,
always
because
wondered.
I know what you're saying, and I feel I feel that that's why I opened like 4 different projects.
Yeah, yeah,
And I in a way I regret that on
yeah,
a branding level.
yeah. That
You know,
that's
I
a
should.
that's a conversation, isn't it? Like, do you stick
That's a
under the one
conversation.
project or do you have different projects? I think it
Yeah,
doesn't
and
matter too much.
I'm happy. Yeah, I think it happens. It matters if you. I'm recording a YouTube video about it where like I gathered my thoughts around it because I now have done
It's
the
a
thing,
really interesting
right? I have like
concept.
3. Yeah, and like it works. I can almost double my festival
Yeah,
booking fee if I get 3
yeah,
sets booked,
for
and
sure.
but it's because I have like I write music
Yeah,
fast, and I had those seasons where the rock and roll and the
yeah,
jazz and the all of a sudden I was really into this and I explored this, but it was so off from my baby sound from
y-
Tribone that I didn't want to like
yeah,
make it murky. Like it's not what Tribone is. Like I know why I'm attached to
yeah,
it so much, but it's
yeah.
not.
If you know that
So I had to move
if you know it's
away.
too far
So
away,
it
then it makes sense to have it under a different name.
feels weird, but like now from where I'm standing now, um, I would just I've never felt so whole with the fact that it's all under one umbrella, and
Yeah.
I still understand my
Wait, did you say
decisions.
you have three?
The four I have
What?
3. I have like Tribone, Akudra, and I have Pere, which is like slow organic
Oh
house.
yeah.
I released a lot with Liquid Bloom. It's very like
Right.
yeah, way more
Oh,
chill
I need to
and
hear
world
this.
musicy.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it was a nice little fling, like 1 year that I was like just super into it, or like 2 years. And every once in a while, I'll dabble with more loops and stuff. I have like so many tracks that I opened on my Ableton with it, but like it just it went away a bit,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every once in a while, I still love the
Yeah.
music. So when I hear it, if I have a season of life when I hear it, I want to go
Yeah.
back to it, and I have an output for it, so it feels more
Yeah.
comfortable to do it because then you're not. I'm murking the water with Tribone. I should just focus on bass
Yeah.
music. I have an outlet for it that makes sense. So I gave myself the way to make it make sense for myself, but it made me even less focused because I could tell myself that this is efficient
Right.
because it can go
Yeah.
somewhere, and it depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Like it's I think you should just right from where I'm standing now. I think you should just have one,
Yeah.
and you make that personal that brand very
Yeah.
strong. Because none of us like social media.
Yeah.
So how if you're not good at one channel, you don't want 3
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagrams
True.
and
You
stuff.
want to make things easy for yourself.
Yeah, especially when you're
Yeah.
not that type
And
of person.
there's also
So
like
you'll
the gigs, like you say, when you get bookings, and also there's like
yeah,
releasing with record labels and such too.
100%.
And
That's huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's another big part of it. Do you think it's better? Um, like with like it's a
Yeah, it depends what you want. I'm like for me, if if I would release Tribon on all these 3 different scenes, right? Like Zenon would be one
yeah,
and
yeah,
Merkaba and if I would release it with the other Pere scene, like the slow organic house scene, and it would all be under Tribon, more people would come, but I also think it'll be confusing for the
yeah,
consumer. Like if I have one album that's like that, someone can like the page and wait for more, but if he's just getting sidetrans after he, liked my slow house project, but then he's getting sidetrans for the next
yeah,
2 years, then he's gonna not
yeah,
follow.
yeah,
So maybe I gain the like,
yeah.
but you're not in a way
And I'm
yeah, you're not converting. You're not like
yeah,
making an audience, and it's still nice. If for the sake of the art, it doesn't matter because it will
yeah,
reach because record labels you can reach the people that like the
yeah,
music, and that's
yeah,
nice. But for the music business part, it's
for sure.
yeah, it's a bit
Yeah, I
different.
feel like there's people that like a genre, and then there's other people that like following an artist's journey. And
100%. Yeah,
yeah, I think yeah, you'll get waves of both. Um, I
yeah.
mean,
That's what I would recommend people to be more
yeah,
artist
for
rather than
sure.
be under a genre. I don't know how you start straight into Xenon or did you release prog at daytime
Universal
prog
Tribe,
before?
I've been with,
Oh yeah,
um,
true.
yeah,
Right.
pretty much since the start. That was my first release, and
When was your first release?
uh, think it was um 2019.
Right.
Was
Okay.
6 years
Nice, man.
ago. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2019. Um, and
Great.
yeah, it's always been with
Do,
Universal Tribe Records, and there was a
mm-hmm.
couple on some uh sorry, I don't know if you can hear my chair squeaking if it's distracting. Um, all
Not
right,
at
cool.
all.
It was always Universal Tribe, and then there was a couple of like underground labels like I'm not sure if you know like Insonitus or Insonitis, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, or Centimony
Yeah.
Records. Um
Yeah. Yeah. I know
yeah,
them
so just kind of like dabbling in like in
here
the
and there.
underground community for a bit, and
Nice.
then had the album on Zenon a couple years ago. But Zenon has always been
Right.
a massive influence. I knew like I was kind of my flavor was always just drawn to that, and but I'm also
Yeah.
like wanting to keep myself open to just the worldwide community. And so that's what I love about it. It's this art form and being an artist and being creative is that um yeah, this format you're not restricted entirely, like I feel like in this kind of style. um
Yeah.
yeah
100%.
there's well, for me at least, this is how I like to do it. I like making music and hearing amazing music. It just sounds like freedom. And when I
Yeah.
imagine that,
Yeah.
it just sounds like if I could make any kind of sound or piece of music that moves me in a certain way, it feels like freedom. And that's kind of the community to me, in a way where we're just all interconnected. And um yeah, so no restraints, no
Yeah.
restraints, and or not restraint
That's
not
nice,
restraints, but
man.
like
So,
just being open to everything.
so you have one alias,
Just one.
one like
And
there's
this
one
is
person.
the
Yeah.
like we were
So,
talking about just before,
uh,
about having a lot of different styles. Like I've
mm-hmm.
recently released on Synesthetics, and that was
Nice.
like a deep hypnotic techno, or like kind of 130 BPM. And the energy of that is like really, oh, like it still resembles Doonz, but I feel like it was yeah, like there's the flavor still there, but it's different. And that's yeah, stuff like that is what gets me thinking, do I have another
Yeah.
alias? But
Don't do it.
yeah, I
Don't do
think
it.
if it's 4/4, if it's techno, trance, forest, like I'm also making forest with my friend River. And
Bro.
yeah, I think what I've come to is if it's 4/4, then it's Doonz. But if I decide to start releasing breakbeats, I think I'll try a different project. Maybe. We'll see.
That
That's
is
still, we'll see.
great.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're gonna have one EP where you just do breaks, like the people that listen to you as an artist would just take that and say cool and continue following you, because like that's an added extra
Totally.
bit that you're doing. So
Totally.
it's yeah, I that sounds
Yeah. I'm
great
very inspired
to
by,
me.
yeah, like Electric Nose. He's a huge inspiration, and he's got so many sounds, and it's all under the one name. And you think about, like, will people
Yeah,
get confused when you see his name on a lineup, and people, let's say, someone really likes his progressive trance, and they go to see
yeah,
him play, and he's playing a nighttime set of like his faster psytrance. Um,
yeah,
I think that is where you think, oh, what do you do? But usually on the events, they'll just put it in brackets, like, or he'll play two sets, one in the day, one in the night, and you can kind of figure out like um
yeah,
which artist that's before and after him. He must be catering for this environment at this time of day, like he just
yeah,
provides for that space and that time. Um, and
yeah. You educate the promoters and you educate the crowd around
yeah,
your craft. And if
yeah,
you've been doing it for a
and with
while,
yeah,
it's
just
not
with
even
communication with everyone involved. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I think same name is good for now. For me,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm happy with that.
totally. I'm I'm a converter to that opinion now, so
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're there.
How was
Um,
the juggling of, because obviously you've been quite busy with Tribone for a while, and then you started Akudra. Um,
yeah, and I had before that it was named Chunk,
oh, that's
and I had
right.
like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
I remember that. Yeah.
3 or 5 tracks or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, and it was just because my thing was always Zenon. Even when I wrote Tribone, I always like Zenon. That's what got me into electronic music, like to produce, and that's what I would listen to more than a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was always in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
but creatively, the vision I have in my head was always just tribal, rough stuff. Like it's just and that would just go way
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
creatively. It would
And
flow
you
to
say
tribal.
you write
But
music really fast. So when you're
yeah,
juggling both projects, or like say you have to finish a couple songs, and then but you're also in the vibe of like you're doing both at the same
yeah,
time. Is
yeah,
did that just kind of come naturally to you?
yeah. Like it. I'm better at it at times and worse at
Yeah.
others. But sometimes I get myself too confused, and sometimes I'm just
Yeah.
nailing it, and everything's
Yeah.
just going according
Yeah.
to plan. And there's definitely no formula. There's kind of how life flows, and
Freestyle.
sometimes I am
Yeah.
freestyle, just going in, man. I like even with creativity, I would just stay on Ableton until an idea comes.
Yeah.
Very not healthily. Just stay on
I
Ableton, man,
love that though.
until it comes, man.
Mr. Bill, this is a famous quote from Mr. Bill. He said, "I just keep putting on processing until my computer is about to break, a- and it will give me inspiration for an idea."
Yeah, yeah, that's how a lot of not every time, but a lot of times when I have a sound design session, where I just sit down for a solely sound design session
Yeah, that's
to
great.
just make a bank
That's a
for
great thing
myself.
to do.
At some point, a sound would be that cool that I'd be like, oh my God, I just need to make sure how it's gonna sound between a snare and a
Yeah,
kick
next
or
thing you know,
whatever.
you've got a piece of music. Yeah,
Yeah, and that piece of music has a unique
yeah,
sound because you just went so out of your
yeah,
way to
yeah,
make a thing that sounds so
yeah.
unique that like it almost always happens to me with
And
sound design sessions.
how do you
But like
find
it's
when let's say um you're in the middle of a project where you've got everything happening. Maybe you're doing some mix down stuff or sound design in your project with all the elements there, and
mm,
you've spent some time on some sound. Um, when you get like emotionally attached to a sound and you really just want to make it work.
yeah,
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 yeah. That is a hard it's hard to notice in the
it
moment, I
is.
think.
Yeah,
But if you notice it in the moment, if you know what you're
yeah,
doing, if you know you're harming yourself, I feel like it's easy to say goodbye
yeah. It's
to the
it's it
sound. Like if
it's
you
a
notice,
skill.
but I don't think you
It
notice
I
it.
think it becomes a skill to learn and realize when to make like a hard executive decision, like this has to go,
Yeah,
like, or you remove
yeah,
something else, so you just make space. Because I
yeah,
used to just try
100%.
and throw things in, and I just would keep adding, like, oh, what does it need? Let's add to it instead of taking
Yeah,
away and
100%.
making space. But yeah, I
Yeah,
used to
man.
try and really, I would have a sound design session, like you'd say, and be like, whoa, like that's amazing. And at the time, my way to navigate and make it fit in with everything else, it was, what's the word? Maybe like, think the palette would sound atonal, if you know what I mean.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
True.
that could that could either be a mix down thing, or it could be
Right.
a composition thing. But I would
Yeah.
spend so much time trying to make a sound work, and I think I would shoot myself in the foot sometimes because I'm really forcing it. And over the years,
And you reckon you're better at it now?
well, I'm better at it now because I know I can just delete it and try again. Or
Yeah.
I get better at hearing everything. I'm not like tunnel vision on one sound. Like when I'm sound designing, I know I've got a snare in that frequency, and I know I've got some mid bass here at this point in time. Like
do you sound design for a particular track when you open? Like, do you start? You have a loop, and then you sound design within the project for that
Yeah.
project, or you have just sound design sessions making
A
right?
bit of both. I've had sound
Mm-hmm.
design sessions that I just save to my um
Yeah,
on my computer, and I use it for whenever I
yeah.
feel like just grabbing a sample in the moment. But most of
Mm-hmm.
the time I like making a sound like when I'm hearing a loop, and I'll just kind of
Right.
follow my ears, and but sometimes I develop a muscle memory and I go to the same formula at, like saw wave, pulse width, filter, like here's a sound that I like, and I'll
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
yeah,
down the
yeah.
same road, and I have to remind myself, like, um even just to go and use a sample and just audio manipulation, something like that, to just kind of
Yeah.
um yeah,
Bring
yeah,
something else.
create something else and use different part of your brain to figure out, like, um what the idea is. Yeah, I like making the computer give me the idea. So I'll do like a lot of generative stuff where I just um yeah, I've got a big like generative approach and create a lot of randomness, and then I'll
That's
I'll just
amazing.
cherry pick.
I am very
Yeah.
similar. I would love to like maybe we can do like a video that's like a little workshop of how you do,
Yeah.
because I want to
I
learn how you do
I
generative
love
stuff, because
randomness.
I my thing is exactly
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And
That's
because
awesome, man.
you hear the ideas come out of it, instead of like manually trying to sculpt like this technical kind of
Yeah,
sound that moves in a
yeah,
very I guess sporadic fashion with it, how it is like in this kind of music. It would take a lot of time to do
yeah,
that manually. I mean, I used to try,
yeah.
and it would just, I don't know, but doing it generative and having this like controlled range of randomness and all the parameters, um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you end up, when you just let it go, you end up hearing a bit that's like, oh, that's an idea, and then I manually kind of sculpt around that.
I mean, dude, that is so. That's
Yeah,
exactly how I do
nice.
it. I found it
It's a
to
great
be
workflow. Yeah,
the yeah, and
yeah,
creatively as well. Like there's the creativity that comes when you're like, oh, this I know what should come here. Like the wah should like stuck into that key, because like right now I just had all this craziness over here and it's quiet and I just need to go into the next section. Like there's the intentional sounds that you put in because they're exactly exactly what needs to be
yeah,
there. And there's the moments where you need life to tell you what the fuck's going on and well where this should
yeah,
go. And Ableton can just do this for you. I mean, every program can do this for you, obviously, but it's just I just find it so
yeah,
easy when I have options and I could just let it play until I find something that I like and move some buttons until something
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah, man. That is exactly
And I
how I do
think
it.
in
That's
I
cool that
think
you
in
like that.
any profession or any industry, you find ways to make things easier for yourself, or like you find it, yeah,
Yeah.
just a more like autonomous kind of um way to
I
produce.
do know a lot of people that would a lot of friends. It's the synthesis can happen within the project and it is super intentional.
Yeah,
Not like and for me it sounds like hard work, but for them it's just the
that
way
that
you build
to them
a
it's
track.
natural.
Like it's not
Yeah.
a
And
yeah. Which is how I used to be
yeah,
as well.
I really,
But
I
it's
find that
just
really commendable because it's super intentional, and
mm-hmm,
um yeah, like they just really, it's like this a precision in a way. Um, yeah, and
fully.
I feel like it's a good thing to keep in mind. That's the balance, because sometimes I feel like, oh, this is actually a bit too random here, and yeah, got to
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah. I know what's happening, but maybe the listener will be like, that's just
Yeah,
sound.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
um, hearing or seeing friends that they produce in a way where it's um they just make one sound for one specific point in time, and it's just, yeah, just the one sound. It's like very specifically synthesized in that way. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, get really interesting results. But for me, I
Fully.
feel
Yeah,
like
I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. I feel like it would take me a long time to finish a track that way though, and the idea, I'd
100%.
get a little bit bogged down in a way. So I guess that's why I kind of turned to the randomness.
Yeah, man, same. So what are you working on now? What's
Oh,
what's in the backlog?
what am I working on now? Yeah. Um, I've got um, I've I'm making more I guess um kind of energetic. My prog is that I'm working on at the moment, like the main Doom sound is I'm trying to make it more energetic and kind of, I guess, nighttime friendly. A lot of
Mm,
what I've released under Doonz is kind of like a deep daytime suited sound. There's definitely a
yeah.
bit of both, but I want to have some more woohoo party vibes going on. Um, I feel like that's a little box that I want to tick. And other than
Nice.
that, like I said, I'm making a forest album with my good friend River. He's the
Nice.
most passionate psytrance guy I know. Like he truly lives and breathes it. He's dancing his heart out right now at Boom Festival, spreading love. He goes
That's nice, man.
he goes every time, and he's just yeah, just a bu bundle of
Head.
light and passion. And I taught him everything I know on Ableton, and now we're making a forest album together. Um, yeah,
Nice.
we bounce really well off each other, and yeah, we got some really cool sounds happening. Very inspired by like Electric Nose's Meticulous, where it's kind of for me like I really love the hypnotic loop-based techno kind of aspect of it, even though it's like
Mm-hmm.
150 to 160 BPM. And
Mm-hmm.
there's that like big inspiration, and then there's also like the wild kind of Forebi Jalebi forest nighttime
Yeah.
creatures going on. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
That's great for randomness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
a lot
so
of that
fun.
going on. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
I've been working with River the past few months on that, and it's coming along very nicely. Um,
That's so cool,
yeah,
man. How many tracks you got?
so far we've got four. I think we're gonna go for
Sick.
eight.
Wow.
Um,
Damn, that is
yeah,
ambitious.
and we're gonna have
How are you going with releasing? So you're doing albums, yeah? You're not like
oh
really. I guess the aesthetics was a
yeah, that
single,
was an EP, 3 tracks.
an EP.
Um,
Oh, really? You released three techno
that
tracks
was the
with
three
them?
track EP. Yep. Um,
Sick, man.
yeah. Well, lately I've got all these tracks that I've had on my computer, and I haven't really sent them out. I just wanted to. I think I told you this last time I saw you. I just wanted to upload these projects on my SoundCloud. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with my own mastering, just
Right.
to
Yeah,
be able to
yeah.
play in sets, a track that I've been working on that's listenable for people, and
Yeah.
I'll just give it a master and play it. And um, yeah, I'm getting a bit better at getting a project kind of over the line a bit more, but um,
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it in a set, and later on I'll be like, oh, you know what? I might change this part of the track and make an edit of the track. And I guess that's a part why it takes me a long time, I guess, to fully sign it off, even though it's done, but I'll still kind of play around. Um, but with
Yeah.
labels and releases, um, yeah, I just had the Freedom Fighters remix on Universal Tribe.
Nice.
Um, yeah, super stoked for the label on that one. That's a big milestone, I think, like in
Yeah,
collaboration
it's
with
huge.
iBurger Records, and having the
Yeah.
Aussies do a remix of the Freedom Fighters track, Australians, absolutely legendary.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course,
Yeah.
I'm stoked to be a part of that and have a remix on there. So that was the last release, and
Nice.
yeah,
Do you have like opinions on releasing singles and albums, and like do you
I
care about like how the algorithm would like care,
I
like
feel like
because people don't listen to
I feel
albums?
like I used to always be drawn to the idea of an album because it would be like
Mm-hmm.
uh true to the artist. Like this is um yeah,
Yeah,
because I feel like an artist has more of a sound than just one song of theirs. So when I hear an
sure.
album, I'm really like, I appreciate that. So I've always been
Yeah,
like, I want to make an album. But now I really do like the ideas of EPs because I feel like you can it's you can get the same kind of you can deliver the same thing, and or even for me, I'm trying to make my music a little bit more DJ friendly instead of journey like. So
Mm,
um yeah, I feel like out of the songs that I've just uploaded to my SoundCloud, I can compile to an EP. Um,
mm-hmm.
so yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm definitely working with Universal Tribe and Zenon. I think yeah, I've got a track with Hybrid coming out on the new Permutations VA on Zenon. Yeah, I really
Sick.
like that one that we did, and
Awesome.
yeah, I think there's some of these Bush Pog tracks I've got on my SoundCloud. Um, I'll probably send it over to Lukey on Universal Tribe. I'm sure he'll vibe with some of those. Um, but
Nice, man.
yeah, in terms of just releasing my music, not like as distribution, but just for SoundCloud, I feel like SoundCloud for me has always been a more direct community of artists. You know, like an artist would
Mm-hmm.
upload like a whip, a work in progress. Like I used to think that was the
Yeah.
coolest thing, hearing like what an
Yeah.
artist's working on is just kind of in the moment, like, hey, this is what I'm working on. And it's just like
True.
available for
Yeah.
people to
True.
hear. And I feel like
Yeah.
I that that's a big connection of me to this scene in the community. Um, it felt, yeah, like all these little hidden gems from the artists are there. Um,
Yeah.
and with my these uploads on my SoundCloud, I decided to do previews instead of just the full tracks, knowing
Mm-hmm.
that they're not a fully released track. So I feel like it makes sense
Yeah.
to do just a 3 minute preview of just like the main section of the track. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just really like the idea of just uploading a preview of what I'm doing at the moment. And then later down the line, they can be released through a label.
Yeah. Feels
Yeah,
good.
when I used to discover artists, like for me, like I was DJing a lot. Um, not like um at a lot more so just with friends for fun, like at small parties um
Yeah.
and so I was always digging and collecting music and just
Yeah.
searching for new sounds and obsessing over, yeah, like this world of psytrance and techno and all that. And when I would find an artist and they would have a preview of a track that I'd really like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, wow, that's cool. I really want to hear what the rest of that track sounds like. So I'm
Yeah.
looking out for that artist on a lineup, and I cannot wait to hear what the rest of that track sounds like.
That's
So
hilarious. And then you know that that preview had like the best bit, and the rest is just an intro
I
and
guess so,
announcement. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
No, I think it you never, especially if it's sidetrans, that because it's always like the third drop. It's always like the everything comes
yeah,
in
yeah.
all together. It all
Uh
makes sense, and you kind of get the preview is almost like the either the
yeah,
first or
yeah,
the
the
second
preview,
drop. So
it's the
yeah,
main theme in the preview. And
yeah,
sometimes at the start or
yeah,
the end of the track there's some really cool grooves where it kind of ties it all together somewhat. Um
fully.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of what
love
I'm
that as well,
vibing.
man. When
That's kind of what
SoundCloud,
I'm vibing at the moment.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think you'll just like are you gonna work a lot on those preview tracks? Like, are you doing the thing to yourself where you're just jailing yourself within the they're not ready because it's
Yeah.
funny because I'm if I have stuff that are playable but are not
Yeah,
releasable.
that's exactly
Though I know what I'm
that's
talking about,
exactly it.
I know what I
Yeah.
mean. No one else cares.
Yeah.
No one. Not my producer friends, not my no one
Yeah.
cares. I've gotten better at just being like, done. Just put
Yeah.
it out. Like it's fine. I know I'm gonna regret a bunch in a week,
Yeah.
in a month,
Yeah.
and then in 4 months I'll hate it all. I'll be like, oh, I should have completely done
Yeah.
this and
Yeah. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I am in a little bit in that kind of jail where I don't know if I'm ready to let them out yet, but I want people to hear it.
Yeah.
It's kind of this in between state where they're,
It's a beautiful thing that you can do in
yeah, that's the
SoundCloud
thing about
because like it
SoundCloud.
really helps
Yeah,
you.
and like
Yeah. Yeah. I used to do that
and with
heaps.
releasing on a
Yeah.
record label, I would finish a track and then let's say it's on a VA and the label organizer is organizing with a lot of artists, getting the tracks sent over, and then there's the mastering, and then there's the artwork. Next thing you
Yeah.
know, it's been like a year and a half since you finished the track, and then it's
Yeah.
released.
You don't like it
And
anymore.
like for
Yeah.
me, like my sound, my I feel like my sound kind of shape shifts over a year and a half a lot. So I hear the
Right.
release, I'm like, oh gosh, like people
It's
are
not even close to
people are
where I
hearing
am.
this now, like so that's
Yeah.
why I like the idea of the
Yeah.
SoundCloud thing. It's me right now. Um yeah,
100%. I do that with just taking videos of a loop when I'm like very happy. I'm just uploading loops to my
yeah,
story or like as posts and stuff
yeah,
like this. Like I kind of stop with SoundCloud, but like I have it does the same thing for me for the release that I have when I do that for the track. Like I
yeah,
shared it with the
yeah,
world. I'll finish it when I'll
yeah,
finish it. But like I just
yeah,
yeah. Instead of like, oh, when I'm just excited about a
yeah,
loop, I could just be like, yo, I started something and I want everyone to hear because
yeah,
I'm
yeah. It
excited.
is it's very an exciting kind of moment. I feel like there's this psychological
Yeah,
thing that happens where when you export work in progress and share it, it I feel like it creates this psychological thing where you can say to yourself that it's finished, even though you know it's not. I feel like I
I
feel like
agree. Yeah, I can see
I
what you're
used
saying.
to like export a track and upload it as a private link to show my friends, like check out what I'm working on. I'd be like, all right,
Yeah,
I feel like, and then I'd kind of move on in a way.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
I, I feel like sometimes there's a psychological thing that happens where I'm fooling myself, telling myself that it's finished when I know that this needs to be done. And yeah, uh,
I know this one. There's also I don't know if you do that, but for mix downs or stuff like this, or like to just like change it up a bit, I export it just to hear it like I would hear other music. So I'll either put it on SoundCloud or I'll open it as a song on my computer. So I'm not listening to Ableton. I would listen like I would listen to
yeah,
something
yeah,
else. Seeing Windows Media
yeah.
Player or whatever your
Yeah,
player is, playing
it's a
it,
great thing to
it
do.
you feel it. Yeah, and it sounds different because you're consuming it
Yeah,
differently. There's no
yeah,
editing now. There's just listening to it like a piece
yeah,
of music, and it makes me judge it
yeah,
differently. It's the thing I do when I stuck when I'm or like when I'm trying to mix
yeah,
down or something, trying to like analyze it from a different way, a different
yeah.
place.
It's interesting the way we kind of like when do you get to the point where you be like, check, done? I feel like you can
Yeah,
always
yeah,
hear things like could be like this, could be like that, and yeah,
that's kind of what happens when you stay with a song for a long
yeah,
time and you shape
it's
shift with your
yeah,
sound, and then you have to come
yeah,
back to the thing you started seven
yeah,
months ago, but you don't like that
yeah,
song 7 months. Yeah,
and I guess great point that you made earlier. The just the idea of getting a track um, made and you're comfortable with the creation process and doing it quickly and releasing it and that's okay. I feel like that's a great thing to do, even though you'll
yeah,
know like, oh, I wish I adjusted this and that,
yeah.
like that's always going to be a thing. So may as well get it sent out.
Yeah, man, this is me for the last like 3 years or
Yeah,
something. It's just like all my Zenon stuff, all my last like 2 3 years with Tribone, which was the busiest of the I've been on releasing, and it's been the quickest I've been on releasing and producing. It's just I've made it, and most of the time I make it playable for a
that's
set.
it. Yeah,
I would, and as soon as it's playable for a set, I know I'm not more than 3 sessions away from it, unless like I play it in a set and I get the
yeah,
reaction. Okay,
yeah,
okay, that build up didn't ended up being the drop. The drop wasn't strong
yeah,
enough, or like I can feed from
yeah,
that to my creativity. But it's almost always just man, it's
yeah.
fine. Like
It's
it's just
all
fine.
I think it is
I'll
fine
continue with it.
because we I think we fool ourselves because we're locked in our studios and we're here in this space and then these headphones and then we're like, okay, I'm happy, let's move
Yeah,
on. And then next week comes by and you hear it in your car, you hear it in your friend's speakers, and you just hear it differently. And I think
yeah,
I just or we just need to um come to terms with that. It's okay that it sounds different and it's just a
yeah.
never
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know.
never-ending chase to perfect translation between a big festival PA and a small speaker and car speakers.
Yeah,
That's obviously a big goal, but it's yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna hear it in your studio for the most part, and then you're gonna hear it differently somewhere else, and you're gonna hear a different part of the mix come out differently, and that's a normal part of the process. And um,
fully.
yeah,
I know a lot of people that stay and until it's absolutely
yeah,
perfect, and their tracks sound absolutely
yeah,
perfect.
and
Like
I
it does
yeah,
work. Like to stay on it is definitely better than to not. Like you are getting better results if I would stay on the track until it's absolutely perfect, it'll be better than the average result I got before. But for the sake of my creativity and artistry within it, and to have longevity of me doing this thing and releasing and continuing the cycle, keep the juices going, I find it to be a very good thing that I've done to myself, to be fine with it.